Okay, I just set the camera. Let's see what happens here. All right, like I just said a little bit ago, and the Perkins Builder Brothers got an excellent video about this, but I thought I'd just show you how I did it. I'm almost completely done with this wall, and we just have to install this one brick. I already have my mortar. This is the way I would set it up. If I was going to do like work for the day, I'd have a big old bucket of it. Anyway, I have a little level. I have a special tool right here that I'll show you in just a second. We got our string set up. And let's see if that'll stay there. And it's pretty simple. We have a brick, a very small one. I just had something I didn't like about this, so I went ahead and took care of it. Anyway, so you go ahead and get you a little bit of mortar, smack it down a little bit, and that just keeps it on there. You can either go like this, or some people like the Happy Gilmore technique. You got to tap it down. I know that's sort of good. And slap it down, and move the string out of the way. I'm just going to tap this down. If I was doing a long row, I would do exactly what I showed you there by just going just like that. It's pretty simple. It doesn't really take that long. And once you've mastered one block, you can do 1,000. Actually, I have done 1,200 blocks. So at 30 pounds a piece, do your own math. I did a lot of lifting. Anyway, I'm putting a little bit of extra mortar on here because I want to make sure this block stands up to the line. Sometimes, another thing I found out is if you mix it closer to 3-to-1 instead of 4-to-1, the sand has kind of a viscous property that kind of acts like liquid, and it'll push out of your way if you need it to stand up and come up to your line. Sometimes they don't want to, and so just make sure it's a little less sand for the mortar and water mix. Anyway, so what I want to do is I'm going to lay this down in line with, and that way I'll know because my line is level. So longitudinally it'll be level, so I'm going to check it against that line with my level here. So I'm going to get down a little bit so I can see this a little better. And do this with a 30-pound block. It's a little different. Don't forget to also put just, I guess some of the guys call it buttering the ends, but we're just going to put a little bit on the end. In between, that's just for, really, it's not anything structural. It's just for sealing up when you get ready to put your concrete on there. Anyway, if this was a big block, we would just do it the same. Grab it by the end. I'm going to push it down. Now I am going to, because I put so much mortar on here, I'm gonna have to hit this pretty hard. So we're gonna I'm gonna try and get this a little close. And then what I want to do at first, let's just go ahead and see if we're level. We are not. All right, now we're pretty level. Now I'm gonna watch my line front to rear, or just with the string. Make sure you don't have your string caught on stuff. I can't tell you how many times I had to redo a line. And let's make sure it's good left to right. Alright, once you get it fairly close, level. I got it level that way. And we got it level that way. Now we can go down the last millimeter or so. That way you just got just enough mortar to make that work. And you scrape off your excess if you're doing a big old line because you don't want to waste a whole lot of it, and put it back in there. On a really hot day, you'll find that you'll need to add a little bit of water here. I kept just a little squirt bottle and just kept squirting it on there and stirring it up when it gets really hot. There's one really important thing that I learned from the Perkins Builders Brothers. It's something called swarping. Now, swarping is to mechanically remove the excess mortar with rebar so that you have room when you pour your concrete. This is called swarping, S-W-O-R-P, I guess I-N-G. But anyway, don't forget to swarp, otherwise you won't be able to fill it with concrete. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. Now all I have to do is do 1,110 times, or 1,200 times that I've done it now on my front as well. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much.